Welcome to the Reese Report. I'm the mouth of the North, Andrew Reese, and I am very, very happy that it's football season as I have my boys back. Gil Santos with his Green Bay Packers jersey, dying to be on the show. He's back, Mr. Gil Bay. We have Jose Carlos Gomes sporting his 49ers hat. A very happy man after we got
Hey,
Brandon Ayuk signed today.
two-time picks champion, eh? Just to let you
Two-time
guys
picks
know.
champion over there. I won fantasy last year in my second season, just so people know.
Oh, never mind your fantasy. We're talking about the picks on the show.
Okay. Jose is a two-time champion. Yes, he is.
But I won the
And
people. I won the people.
that's
Yeah,
right. That's
okay.
right. Gil's
You're
Gil's the
gonna
people's champion. That's
get
right.
you're gonna get the show censored. Never mind. You're gonna
The
get kicked them out.
I'm the
Kick them
people's
off the-
champion. That's right,
That's
Barbosa.
right.
You're shit. You're shit, Barbosa.
Barbosa, not bad for a first year. Not bad. You kind of had
Him in the
a late season slump like your Colts, but now you
Why
go,
is why is he on the show? We don't allow Colts fans on the show.
Here
we
we go.
want
When
to
they
have
make
a
the
laugh.
playoffs, when they make the playoffs, then you can come talk to
Don't
me.
worry.
But this year you're not making the playoffs against.
We got rid of Minshew, so we're okay
Yeah.
Oh, there
now.
we go.
No more.
Now,
Minshew
now you got
magic.
an injury-prone quarterback. Yeah.
Don't worry.
Okay, I'm
Did
not
you-
worried.
Buddy.
Barbosa, have you learned how to slide yet?
Yes, we learned how to slide.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Right.
Check
We're
it,
good.
all right.
Head first.
You
Head
see
first.
you see the Colts symbol on his side? That's the two handicap sticks where the quarterbacks walk on, bro. That's the crutches. The two crutches.
Yes, indeed. Well, hopefully Quentin Nelson is not too old and can protect your boy, Mr. Barbosa. We already have our own problems because we don't even have our old offensive lineman signed, and Brock Purdy's going to get killed by the Jets if we don't sign him pretty soon. Gil, we're going to talk about your team drafting an offensive lineman out of Arizona. We'll get to that. See if he can protect your boy Love. Jordan Morgan out of Arizona. That was your first round pick. See if he can take
Yes.
Bakhtiari's spot and protect your boy's blind slide. We'll see. We're going to talk about him later. But
We'll see.
let's talk about the draft because we didn't get a chance to talk about the draft. We had six quarterbacks drafted. All of us have different opinions on who the best quarterback is. And we'll talk about our own team's first round picks. As you can tell, we have Green Bay, Indianapolis, San Francisco. Those are our teams. And let's start with Caleb Williams because this is the most polarizing pick I've seen. We have guys that think he's the second coming. We have guys that think he's going to be a bust. I'm going to start with Gil on this one because he's been very opinionated about Caleb Williams.
And plus, they're in the same division.
That's right. He's on the Bears in Gil's division. Gil, I've heard you're low on him. What's your real thoughts on Caleb Williams? Tell the show.
So I'm gonna make this official.
Yeah.
Has nothing to do if he's in my division. This guy, when you have a quarterback going to the combine and saying and not going into the combine because I'm too good for the combine, as an owner, I'll grab my phone, call everybody, fuck this guy because he thinks he's too good for the league. Because this is a Johnny Manziel
Yep.
in the
that's Johnny
making
Manziel.
right now.
Mhm.
This is going to be a Johnny Manziel in the making. And once
Wow.
again, I'm going to laugh at the Bears. What a stupid pick. Because soon as someone says you're too good to beat the combine, you're garbage. You're telling people you're bigger than the team. You're bigger than whoever the fuck is drafting you. And I would have said that's a no-no. He's selfish. And that's what I think about Caleb Williams.
Jose, you looked like you wanted to respond there. What do you have to say about Caleb Williams?
Listen, I think he's just like he's a prima donna, whatever. He's like a bit of a show off type of thing. But does he have the skill? Yes, he does, and he'll be fine. I think that he's in the perfect team. They got he's got a good offensive line. He's got a good running game. He's got good wide receivers to throw the ball. He's put into a perfect position not to fail. Now, if he fails, that's up to him. I just think his attitude, yeah, like Gil was saying, it's stupid. It's like too much show off. But listen, that guy's for hands down, he was the most talented quarterback in the draft. So that's why he went number one.
Gil, you don't think he's the most talented quarterback? We'll get to who you think it is, but you don't think he's the most talented quarterback? No. Barbosa, what do you think of Caleb Williams?
But I do want to say it on before the season starts. I would like to announce what I think so I can tell you guys I told you so. But go ahead.
We're gonna get to him. Don't worry.
Go ahead.
Barbosa, Caleb Williams. What do you think?
He's not a bad quarterback. I don't think he'll be uh, as the hype that everybody seems out to be, like the second coming of Patrick Mahomes. I don't think so.
No.
I wouldn't be surprised. I know Gil was talking about Johnny Manziel. I wouldn't be surprised if he's more like Baker Mayfield, in my opinion. His career is more like that.
Yeah,
I
I don't
think
think he's gonna be. I don't think he's gonna be a total bust like Manziel. I don't think he's
I
gonna be
don't
that
think
bad.
so either. I
Yeah.
don't think he's going to be a total bust. Do I think he's going to win Rookie of the Year? No, I don't think he's winning Rookie of the Year. I
We'll
think
get to
he's going
that.
to struggle. I think he's going to struggle in his first year.
Really,
Being
even with all the
quarterback,
weapons and everything, he's gonna struggle.
they're still a young team. The Bears are still a
Yeah.
young offensive team. Their offense is still kind of young. The receivers are still kind of young. So I think there's going to be a bit of a struggle there too. You know, a new quarterback into a new system. I think he'll struggle a little bit there. But I don't think he's going to be a total bust. I still think he's going to be a good I don't know if a great quarterback, but he'll be a good quarterback.
Okay, so the Bears might have found someone that can play for them. Will he be better than Justin Fields?
Oh yeah, he'll be better
Okay,
than just
okay. Well, that's because they got rid of Justin Fields to draft this
Arm
guy.
wise, yes. I'm not going to take that away from the guy.
Yeah,
I just think he's selfish. It's about him.
the
It's not about
attitude's
the
going to cost
Let's-
him. Yeah,
Let's see.
okay.
That's what I say. Baker Mayfield was a little bit like that too.
He
Baker
got
Mayfield's
smart.
attitude was a little bit like that when he came into the league,
Right.
until he got yet to get
He
a
had to
couple of
grow
bumps
up.
in the road.
Right, right.
So
Well, let's
that's
go
what my
to the
opinion
number.
is on Caleb
Let's go
Williams.
to the number 2 pick, Jalen Daniels. This is the running slash weak armed quarterback of the draft. He went to Washington, number 2. He rushed for 1,134 yards last year, 40 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 3,800 yards. I saw Gil shaking his head, so I'll go to him first. He's not Lamar Jackson. What is he? Tell me what he is, Gil. What is he?
He's another bust, and he's on a bad team.
You think he's going to be a
Uh,
bust? Wow, I like
Hey, bro.
Jalen Daniels.
If
Okay,
it's
no,
not
it's
to his
Gil's
quarterback,
opinion. No, it's
please.
let Gil
Anyways.
give his opinion. It's okay.
Jalen Daniels playing for LSU. LSU had a good wide receiving core.
Okay.
Washington does not have a good wide receiving core.
No, they
Where,
don't.
where I think they're gonna have to run the ball a lot. He's Jose. I know you're saying I watched him LSU. LSU is a powerhouse. He's going to Washington, where Washington's not a powerhouse. Washington is a balanced run. They don't even know. You know what? Washington even know their identity. They don't fit run, pass. They don't even know what their name is.
That's true.
So
too.
I think Daniels is a good quarterback in a right system. I don't think Washington is the right system for him. That's what I believe.
Jose, what do you think? I think he's a good dual threat guy. Is he height-wise?
This
Is he
guy,
too small? Does his arm too
he's
weak? What do you think?
he's perfect for. He's another RG3
RG3
type of running back. He can
Yeah.
throw. He can throw the long bomb. He can throw the ball well. He can run.
And RG3 did amazing, bro. Oh, they fought 3 Super Bowls, bro.
He got
Oh,
destroyed though. His leg, he got his leg
Oh, yeah.
destroyed. Yeah.
RG3.
in his rookie year, they finished first overall in the division and they made the playoffs, didn't they?
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay.
Check it. And what's your
And-
point? And what? I'm not saying RG3 was the greatest quarterback. I'm just saying he plays like an RG3. He's a
You
dual,
think an
dual
RG3?
threat quarterback.
He's
Oh,
not
he's
really.
better than Bo Nix. How much you want to bet that Bo Nix is not going to win a rookie of the year?
We'll get to Bo
I'll
Nix.
bet you
We'll
any
get to
money
it.
that you want.
We'll get to
Jaden
that.
Daniels
We'll
will
get
do
to
better
that.
than Bo Nix.
We'll get to Bo
We'll
Nix.
get to that. We'll get to
Because
that.
you think the Denver Broncos have a better team than the Commanders, bro?
We'll
please.
get to that. We'll get
And you
to
saying
that.
that they have no wide receivers? What's Terry McLaurin? He's
We'll
not a
get to
good wide
that.
receiver.
And if you want, we'll do a bet tomorrow cash.
Yeah, that's fine, no problem. I'll take that
Cash.
bet any time
Okay.
I
of the
love
day.
it.
The
I
bet
love
cash.
it. I love it.
I'll be surprised if he's on the bench already after week 2 when Drew Lock takes his spot or even
Drew Lock's garbage.
Wilson.
No.
Wait, Zach Wilson? No,
Anyways,
he's not.
Zach Wilson will probably take his place. Watch, please. Bro, you too high on Bo Nix. Bo Nix was good at Oregon because he had an offensive team. Now, what's he have in freaking Denver?
You
We'll
just
get-
proved
we'll
my
get to
point
bonus.
about Jalen Daniels. What the fuck does
You're
Jalen
talking-
What
you're
does Jalen
talking
Daniels
about the
have in
same shit.
Washington, bro? What does Jalen Watson have in fucking Washington?
He has a good running game in Austin Eckler and Robinson. He has Terry McLaurin. Who does your Bo Nix have?
McLaurin is matched to Sutton. They're even.
Yeah, match the Sutton, please.
Yeah. Why
Okay.
not?
Yeah. Don't worry, we'll see. We'll
Why
see.
not?
Okay,
We'll
so
see. Well, yeah, don't worry, we'll
Why
make
not?
that bet.
And Eckler has nothing to do with Daniels. Eckler's individual running back.
Yeah, don't worry.
So if Eckler runs for 3,000 yards, has nothing to do with fucking Jake Daniels.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll see. We'll see when they come out the season.
Okay. We'll see.
Barbosa, your thoughts on Jalen Daniels? Is he comparable to Anthony Richardson?
He doesn't have the body as Anthony Richardson. He's a little bit. Anthony Richardson's built like a tight end. He's built more like a receiver.
He's a little smaller,
he's-
Not
right?
that build.
He's built
Can
to
he
run the
injury
ball?
prone. Yeah.
Yes,
Right.
he does.
Injury prone. Yeah.
He's a smaller quarterback, correct? Jalen Daniels, smaller quarterback.
Yeah, he's not a huge quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Can he run the ball? Yes.
Yeah.
The arm,
Kyler Murray comparison.
yeah, I would say more. I would think Kyler Murray is a better quarterback in my opinion. He's got a
Okay.
better arm. He's got a better arm.
Should we be worried about?
I'm not
Jalen
really
Daniels'
high on
arm?
him. To tell you the honest
You're not-
truth, I'm
you're not
not
high
really
on him?
high on
Okay.
him. I'm not a big fan of his. I think Washington kind of wasted their pick on him, to tell you the honest truth. But
Really?
Thank you,
Okay,
Gorbals.
interesting. Okay,
Thank you.
that's a good
Thank
opinion.
you.
Okay, that's fine. We'll have to see on Jalen Daniels.
Who should have they taken at 2?
Bo
Good
Nix.
question.
I would have
Bo
taken
Nix.
Bo Nix.
Wow,
would've taken Bo
we're
Nix.
high
You guys
on
are
some
pure
Bo Nix
jokes,
guys.
bro.
Okay, all
You
right.
guys are pure jokes. Anyways,
We're gonna get
They're
to it.
jokes.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Jose, he's black.
pure.
He's not winning. He's black.
What does that have to do with anything? Shut up. Mahomes is black and he's won 3 Super Bowls. So what are you talking about?
That's true. That's true. Too.
That's okay. Okay.
What are you talking about? Like you and your black and this and that. Like shut up, bro. You guys are don't even. Anyways,
Yeah.
Okay, go. Let's go.
All right.
Keep going.
Let's go to Drake May. Drake May was taken third by the Pats. I'm not high on Drake May personally. I think he's another Jones, but you guys tell me. Barbosa, we'll start with you. I'm not high on Drake May. I think he's another Mac Jones. What do you think of Drake May?
In the right system, I think he can be a good quarterback. Same thing with Mac Jones. You put him in the right system, I think he'll be a good quarterback. It was a good pick for New England. I'll just say that.
Would you have picked Knicks in that spot? Yes, obviously you would have, right?
Yeah,
So
I would have taken Bo Nix.
So May is okay for them.
Yeah.
Gil, what do you think of Drake May? I'm not high on this guy. I don't know. I wouldn't have picked him.
I think McCarthy is a better option, to tell you the honest truth.
Yeah, JJ might have been better than. Well, we'll get to him. What do you think, Gil?
Drake May is when I watched him in North Carolina, Drake May is built for a Bill Belichick.
There you go. And he's gone.
offense,
And
he's gone.
Right.
So they drafted a quarterback for a coach that is not there.
Yeah.
Because Drake May is a Belichick type player,
Mhm.
and he's not there. So I'm gonna say it was a bust based off Belichick's not there.
So
Because
would you
Mayo-
say he's more of a
Mayo-
game manager than a quarterback?
Probably. Right.
well, watching him in North Carolina, and I almost, I'm not gonna say he's a Tom Brady, but he has that Tom Brady vibe. Drake May, not running pocket. He's a pocket quarterback, but you need to give
Underneath
him,
screens.
Don't
need
make
to give him-
mistakes.
you need to give him weapons.
And they
and
have
the Patri-
nothing in New
And
England.
the Patriots have no weapons.
Nothing.
So, but if Belichick was there and they gave him a couple of weapons, he would be great. So I'm going to say no, because Bill Belichick's not there, and he was fit for the Bill Belichick system, and they have nobody for him anyway. So it's going to be a bust.
Jose, what do you think of Drake May?
Oh, he's just a pocket passer, and he's just the gunslinger. That's what he was in North Carolina. That's what he's gonna be in the NFL. He's not like a scrambler type of guy. He's going to a shit team. They're putting him on the bench for the first year until they get in a good offensive line, or else he's gonna get killed, just
Yeah.
like Mac Jones and everybody else. He has no offensive weapons, so there's no point of putting him. So they're just gonna sacrifice Brissett this year,
That's
and then
right.
next year get better better draft picks and stuff like that, and then they can use him. That's it, pretty much it.
Yeah.
Unless Brissett gets hurt, then they'll put him in. But besides that, he's going to be a bench warmer this year, and then next year, once they upgrade the team, then he'll take over.
Yeah, Brissett's been a sacrificial lamb in a few franchises already. Eh? That's just you just go there until the other guy gets a takeover. Cleveland and Indy and now New England. So that's what he is. Now to the shock of the draft. This completely and utterly shocked me and makes me think the Falcons are the dumbest team in the NFL. First of all, they were dumb signing Cousins for all that money. They signed a guy for 4 years, 160 million, coming off an Achilles tear. He's 37 years old. That was the first dumb thing. Then after that, it's an insurance policy. They draft Michael Penix Jr. I don't know what this team is doing, but they're just a team that just spells dumb, and their owner is the dumbest on top of that. Gil, I hate this pick, but what do you think of the quarterback's skill and ability, despite the fact that he's being put in a situation that's stupid?
Well, he's left-handed, so they say
That's
they say
tricky.
the world they say in the world left-handeds are special, but the only thing about special is the owner's wife. But he drafted Cousins. Sorry, he drafted Phoenix Knicks for Cousins because Cousins is gonna be a flop.
That's right.
So why? You're right. I'm even confused myself.
Why would they sign him?
Why did they sign Cousins and then get Phoenix? I don't know. Maybe it's to put him under a year under Cousins to watch all his mistakes
Yeah,
because that's what's going to happen this year. So
Yeah.
maybe it's here's Cousins. He's going to make all these mistakes, learn from his mistakes. So that's what I think. Because if that was their plan, that plan, I don't know, someone was not okay.
they were confused. They didn't know what to do.
Because to go spend money on Cousins for 1 year to get Phoenix didn't make sense to me, unless he's trying to learn how not to make mistakes. I don't see anything. I don't know, guys. You tell me. I can't see anything else. I don't know.
Will Penix play this year for Atlanta, Gil?
Maybe halfway. Like Cousins is an interception thrown. He's a choker. We've seen it with the Vikings, right? Yeah, but he had a good he had a good outing in the Huskies. He
Yeah.
can throw the ball. He can run around. He's dangerous, but
Mhm.
they're not going to give him the ball. They're giving it to Cousins. So to me,
Yeah.
Atlanta this year's a flop.
Barbosa, this is the most confusing pick and plan I've seen from a team in years. What's your thoughts on this?
Guys, we're still talking about Kirk Cousins, eh? He's not
Yeah,
a bad
amazing, eh?
quarterback. I know, I understand he's got the turnovers,
Oh
but he
my
led
God.
Minnesota.
Oh my!
He led
God.
Minnesota to the playoffs. He's always led Minnesota to the
Dude, they
playoffs.
signed that guy to $30 million contracts every
I
year.
get
They
it.
never
I get
won.
it. The money is
So
too
Tony,
much. Yes.
so
The
Tony,
money is too much. Yes, I get it. The money is too much.
So Tony, you pay guys to make the playoffs or to win the fucking thing?
Hey, Atlanta needs to make the playoffs. They haven't made the playoffs since Matt Ryan left.
But he hasn't
They're-
won shit.
And
What the
they'll
fuck
win
has
the
Cousins
division.
won?
with Cousins, they'll win the division.
What has Cousins won? The division. Let me see.
Did
What the fuck
Cousins
is
win the division when he was in Minnesota? Did he win the division?
Yeah,
I don't know
man,
if he won the
they
division.
went fucking 14-2.
Okay,
They
yeah,
did. That team was
did
with
that
the
one
chains and
season.
stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And then they lost to the Giants.
And they
in the
have
first round.
weapons. And
They lost to
Atlanta has
Daniel
weapons on the
Jones in the
offense.
first round. They lost to Daniel Jones. That's how
Hey,
bad.
But they have
Jesus.
weapons. They have weapons in Atlanta. They have a
do.
good team in Atlanta. The money maybe
Bro,
a little bit too
check
much.
his stats. They haven't been that bad. It's not that he's
We
Okay,
talked
he
about it
choked-
last year. All we did is talk about Atlanta and how they need a quarterback. They have a quarterback.
I don't think that's
I
the
don't
quarterback
understand what the
they
big
should have
thing is of
signed.
Kirk
but,
Cousins. He's
you know.
he's a much upgrade than Daniel Riddick or the other
That's
clown
not
that they
saying
had
much,
over
though,
there.
Barbosa. That's not
Well,
saying much.
let me tell you
It doesn't
something.
matter. It's still an upgrade.
Let me tell you something.
Listen, the signing was a good signing for Atlanta. They needed a
Tony-
quarterback.
Then why
and
did they draft Penix? Why did they
And
draft
drafting
Penix?
Penix, it's a safety blanket
Tony,
because they're going to look for the future.
Tony,
But Kirk
let me
Cousins is
tell
not
you
going to
some-
last long.
Tony-
But they drafted for the future.
Tony, what offensive weapons does he have better than he had in Minnesota? You tell me.
Great question. Because Justin Jefferson is better than anything on Atlanta right now.
Okay, I was gonna. Okay, no, I want.
Only one receiver. We're talking about one receiver.
I want.
We're talking about one receiver.
which equals to 3 to Atlanta has.
Okay, and then what about Bijan
And he's still,
Robinson?
and he's still.
They don't have a better running game than Atlanta.
What's wrong with
than
Bijan
Minnesota had?
Robinson?
What's
Okay,
wrong with
on
Bijan Robinson?
Minnesota,
Yeah.
Cook was 1,000-yard rusher every single year of Cousins' career.
I was gonna say, what's
Okay.
wrong with Dalvin Cook?
When he
bro?
stayed healthy. When he stayed healthy.
At the 5 years that Cousins was there, Cook was
Okay.
1,000-yard rusher
And
every
they
single
have
year.
a much better
You're
defense.
telling me he didn't
They
have
a much
weapons in
better
Minnesota?
defense. They have a much better defense in Minnesota.
Atlanta's
He did have.
defense?
He did have.
I don't know. I don't
Last
think
year-
Atlanta's defense
last
is better
year-
than, I don't know about that.
Last year, Atlanta's defense was pretty good.
Look, the only thing
Just
that's
their
gonna make
quarterback play was
the only
terrible.
thing that's gonna make you
We
guys
talked
look
about it on the show all week. Every week we came on here, we said Atlanta has no quarterback. Atlanta has no quarterback. Atlanta has no quarterback.
That's
Atlanta
true.
has no quarterback. Atlanta has no
Yeah.
quarterback.
Tony, the only thing I'm gonna tell you right now that's gonna look you and Jose look good on this fucking topic is the fucking division shit.
That's true.
Because if the division was a little bit
It doesn't
better,
matter.
Atlanta's going nowhere.
It's a
Can I
two-team
talk
division.
now?
I'll
Yes,
Can I
set
talk now?
reservations for that.
Jose, your thoughts on Michael Penix, please.
First of all, this is the same shit that Green Bay did with Jordan Love when they had Aaron Rodgers there, okay? They drafted a quarterback in the first round, and then they're going to stay in the bench for a couple of years until the contract is done with Kirk Cousins, and then he's going to get to play. Okay?
Gil,
I'm not saying...
just understand
We're
that
not- we're not
just
denying that.
compared Aaron
Jose,
here we
Rodgers
go.
to Kirk Cousins. Just
But
so you know.
Jose, we're not denying that.
Who's
Jose.
comparing the players
There's
to
no
players? I'm
comparison
just saying,
between Jordan Love getting drafted with Aaron Rodgers, the
it's the
MVP
same
there, and Kirk Cousins.
situation. It's the same situation.
I get what you're saying, Jose, but right now we're talking about Cousins getting the job done. He's not getting the
But
job done.
Jose,
Yes,
you gave
it-
Cousins
listen,
160
they just
million.
got
You
him
don't draft
there.
another quarterback.
Why not? Who's
Why
their
would you
backup
draft-
quarterback?
Get him help.
Who do they
Get
have
him
as the
offensive
backup
lineman.
quarterback?
Get him some help.
No,
not
what
a
Jose's
quarterback.
saying, what Jose's saying is Phoenix is gonna ride Cousins and then
Yeah.
get the job like Love. I get it, but
But not well,
we're-
maybe not this year.
but we're debating about Cousins getting the job done. Cousins not getting the job done.
Why,
Cousins not
why
winning.
wouldn't he get the job done?
Cousins
Because
is
he
not
hasn't
winning
done
no
anything
Super Bowl.
anywhere. What has Cousins
Listen,
done in his
bro,
career?
why
that's
are we
been
talking
successful.
about
Atlanta
winning
doesn't have
Super
a team to
Bowl?
win the Super Bowl.
Atlanta doesn't have the team to win the Super Bowl. They just have
No,
a
no,
team to
no.
make the playoffs. They needed a quarterback. Last year, if they had a half-decent quarterback, they would have made the playoffs easily in that division.
Jose, if I'm an owner and I'm gonna waste money, I want to waste money to make the Super Bowl.
Okay, listen, not everybody can get
Why are you
Patrick
gonna pay?
Mahomes.
Why are you gonna pay big bucks
And
for a guy that's
and
shit?
listen, okay, and who you gonna get to be your quarterback? He was the only
Well-
good free agent in the free agency.
Penix
So
is
then
24 years old. Jose, start him.
So if
And,
you
pay,
don't
and
want
don't
him,
pay $40 million to Cousins.
buddy, ride Phoenix, bro. If that was
Right.
your plan,
You're
then
gonna
ride him.
you're gonna ride a rookie quarterback that hasn't proven anything.
Chicago's
You get
doing
at
it.
least a guy that's been in the NFL for a while and that
The
knows
Bears are doing
what
it. Jose, the Bears are doing it.
the Broncos
Yeah,
are
but the
gonna
Bears,
do it.
the Bears have nothing to win for. They're just drafting for the future. They're getting their team ready for a couple of
The Bears
for
look like
next
they're
year.
trying to win this year, Jose.
They're not going to win this year.
But
They're
they're
not going to win
trying
this
to
year.
win
But
this year.
next year, watch out for them. If Caleb Williams can play up to his potential, next year they'll be a contending team with all the weapons that they have, and then plus they'll get more free agents and for more draft picks. Listen,
Okay.
I already told you that's the situation. The best quarterback free agency was Kirk Cousins of all of the guys that were there. And as you can see, the quarterbacks are getting paid in the NFL. When does freaking Trevor Lawrence deserve $45 or $50 million?
He doesn't.
Exactly.
close.
He got the money, right?
Not even
Brock
close.
Purdy next year, he's gonna get fucking $40 to $50 million.
Yeah,
if he
but
does
he
well.
deserves it. But he deserves
Says who? Says who?
Says who? If he
Says who?
does, if he has a good season this year, he's not gonna
He's
get
gonna flop.
45 to 50 million.
He's gonna flop this year.
He's gonna flop. Yeah, just like your Packers are gonna flop in the playoffs when they play the Niners, bro. Please. Anyways,
All
talk to me when you
Guys.
beat the Niners in the playoffs.
You guys
and
are
then-
amazing. You guys
Uh-huh.
outplayed us like crazy, bro. You were the better.
Doesn't matter
team, right?
who won the game. It's like
No,
you
you
said,
did.
who won the game?
You did.
Okay, who was
Who
in
was
the
the
Super
better
Bowl?
team?
Who was
was
in
the
the
better
Super
team?
Bowl? Who
Oh.
was in the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. You're
Well, I
talking
don't
about
remember.
Super Bowls?
I don't
You're
remember
talking
the
about
winners.
Super Bowls now.
I don't
Now all of a
remember the
sudden,
winners.
you only okay. That's okay. Don't worry about
The
it.
last time I
At least
remember,
we're there.
I
At least
remember.
we're there.
You guys
Last
are
time I
too
remember, the
personal.
Niners
You guys
won
take
in
everything too
'95.
personal. Holy
It's
man.
okay.
All right, welcome back to the Restart. Gil and Jose had a spirited argument about Kirk Cousins before we had to take a break. My thoughts on it are simple. Kirk Cousins is, to me, the most overrated and overpaid quarterback in the history of the NFL. He's gotten a lot of money to do a whole lot of nothing. There's a team in Dallas right now that is not thinking about not paying a regular season MVP candidate because he can't win in the playoffs. That's all I'm going to say. Atlanta wants to pay Cousins to not win anything. So I'll just leave it at that. Let's get to number 10. Unfortunately, he's hurt. It's J.J. McCarthy, the national championship winning quarterback out of Michigan. He looked really good in the preseason. I'll say that. Sam Darnold certainly wasn't going to keep his job for very long if he wasn't injured. But who watched Michigan a lot? Gil, I think you watched Michigan a lot. What do you think of J.J. McCarthy?
He's good, smart, agile. Yeah, he was smart. He's a very smart quarterback. Not too much running. Only did it if he had to. Yeah, smart quarterback. Not bad.
Mhm.
You know, who knows? He's up in the air. He could be good, could be bad. I think he's gonna be good, but we'll see. But yeah, smart quarterback, I would say.
Another QB who needs the right team or system. Maybe if he was in Harbaugh's system, he'd be perfect in San Diego, but they got Herbert, obviously. Jose, what do you think of JJ?
Nothing special. Just a half decent quarterback that can, that if he's on a good system, that he can play. He played pretty well against second stringers. He didn't play against any starters, so
Sure.
that's why I don't play much into preseason, because
Right.
a lot of the best defenders don't even play in any snaps. So
Right.
besides that, I think he's got the good wide receiver with Justin Jefferson. I think he's just another Sam Darnold, but maybe like more agile than Sam Darnold. He can throw the ball too. That's pretty much it. Nothing
Okay.
special about him.
Barbosa, JJ McCarthy.
Yeah, he's a good quarterback. I think, like Joe said, he's smart. When he needs to be agile, he can be agile. He can run it.
So his brains will keep him in the league.
Yeah, his brain will keep him in the league. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
yeah, typical quarterback. Nothing polarizing about him.
I think he was helped a lot by Harbaugh in Michigan, and I think that he'll need the right kind of coach to be with his brain to be good. But I think his brain might keep him in the league a little bit longer than we think. And now let's get to the
Maybe he'll get traded to Ravens.
yeah. I mean, who knows? Minnesota's going to be interesting for him because he won't play this year, obviously because of the knee injury. And Minnesota with Sam Darnold's going to learn what it's like to have Sam Darnold as your starting quarterback. So that's not going to be pretty. Let's get to the main event now. A quarterback that I didn't know much about until I realized how much Gil liked him. And then I started to look into him. Bo Nix out of Oregon. I'm going to go to Gil first and then Jose. But Gil, first of all, tell me why he was picked 12th and why he was the 6th quarterback picked in this draft instead of 1 or 2. Explain that to me.
So he was picked 12th because out of all of them, he was the oldest one because he decided to play right to the end of college. Right. He didn't opt to go early or anything. He said, I'm going to have my full college. So out of all the quarterbacks, he's the oldest, smartest, most ready out of all of them, to be honest with you. Is he on the perfect team? No. Can he make a difference? Yes. If he gets the confidence of the wide receivers, Bo Nix is ready. He's old, he's not even young. He has to be into the NFL right now. Denver drafted him to here. You're like 23, 24 ready. Here's your team. Go do it. Be the captain. I seen him in Oregon. He's a gunslinger. He can run on the wings. If he's a 3rd and 2, he can outrun it. We've seen it even in the preseason. We've seen it, but I want to preach it out even before. And like Jose said, yeah, they're not playing the top defenders. He's right. Jose's absolutely right with that. I agree with him on that. But it's something out of all the quarterbacks, he has been the best rookie in the preseason. Yes. Does it mean anything? No. I'm going to say no. But watch out. He's the real deal. And Denver is not the greatest team, but he can be a turnaround. That's what I believe.
Is he Drew? Is it like Sean Payton's his coach? Are we talking about a Drew Brees clone here, or is he better than Drew Brees? Or because he seems like a Drew Brees to me.
He's a Drew Brees with running.
Okay, Drew Brees is right. Okay, Jose, what do you think?
I don't know. We'll see when the season starts. I think he's a good quarterback. He played well in Oregon. He's going to Denver team that.
Jose, we're having some technical difficulties.
Just
We'll go to Barbosa while we're waiting. Barbosa, who's now gone. Okay, Barbosa was here and now
You'll
he's
have this
gone.
good game. Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yeah,
go ahead.
okay,
Sorry,
no,
Jose.
no.
Yeah, we lost Barbosa, so go ahead, Jose.
You'll have his
say
good games and stuff like that, but he'll need a couple of years. They need to upgrade that team for him to be well. But like you said, like he's got talent, he's got skills, but I don't know. I just think there's better quarterbacks in this draft better than him.
Okay, so we were gonna obviously I was gonna ask Barbosa, but he's off right now. So we'll go to while we're waiting for Barbosa's opinion on this. Gil, we're gonna go to your
Well, what's your opinion?
I think he's Drew Brees. With a little bit of mobility. That's what I believe. I think that Sean Payton was looking for a Drew Brees and he couldn't wait to get rid of Russell Wilson. And once he realized he had a chance to get a Drew Brees type quarterback, he couldn't wait to pick him. I think he couldn't wait to start him. The minute he showed anything at all, he was going to be the starter because they had Zach Wilson and goddamn Drew Lock who were never going to play for them. The question in Denver is the receiving core, which is not good, and the running game, which is not good. Javonte Williams is a fumble, inefficient running back. So if they're relying on Bo Nix to do everything, that could spell trouble for Denver. They're going to need to help him, and if Bo Nix is doing everything, that could be a problem for Denver. So we'll see. They were 8-9 last year with some of the worst quarterback play imaginable. So that's a good thing for Bo Nix. He could come in and be a hero, but we'll see. The jury's out on Sean Payton. Bo Nix has to work for Sean Payton or his career is over. And so that's probably a good marriage to have for Bo Nix. I'm just surprised he went 12th, considering how high you and Barbosa are on him. I thought Penix was the oldest quarterback at 24. I could be wrong. I guess Bo Nix is around that age as well. So this was a very heavy quarterback draft, obviously, and wide receiver draft. So the shock for me was Penix. I can't believe Atlanta drafted him after signing Cousins for all that money. That just made no sense to me at all. If you're going to sign Cousins, who's at his age coming off an Achilles tear, you want to get him as much help as possible. You have a chance to draft Romeo Oduzzi. You have a chance to draft one of the tight ends, Brock Bowers. You have a chance to draft Marvin Harrison's kid. Then you do it. But they chose a quarterback. It doesn't make any sense to me. Romeo went in the 9th pick. If I'm Atlanta, I'm taking Romeo. So that's just, that was just weird to me. Thank goodness. We might have Barbosa back to get his opinion. Let me just see if he's okay. Yes. Barbosa, are you good?
Yeah,
Okay.
there's technical difficulties.
Yes, we had some technical. Now we can get your thoughts on Bo Nix. You are also high on Bo Nix. What's your thoughts on him?
He's in the right team. He's in the right coach. From what I have heard, a couple of reporters said that Sean Payton had him higher than Caleb Williams on their board draft.
So did
that's
I.
their quarterback. That's the quarterback that they wanted. He fell right in their lap. Like Gil said,
why did he drop Barbosa? Why did he drop to Denver? If
I
he's this
think the
good,
age-
why did he drop? Was it the
I
age?
think
Okay.
the age. I think the age might have been a huge factor.
Okay.
I think that's why Sean Payton probably wanted him, is because of that, because he was the more mature quarterback
Yes,
out of all of them.
absolutely.
That's why.
Okay.
That's why he felt, and I don't think he had a great combine. That's why I think he kind of felt, because a lot of teams were looking at him, even as the top 3 quarterback in the draft, and he kind of felt. I didn't think he had a great combine. That's why. So, but
Well, that Blues didn't even go to the Combine.
yeah,
Again,
so that's
too good
why
for
I
it, right,
think-
Gil?
that's why I
If-
think he felt.
I would have went on
the right-
national. I would have went on national TV and said, "Fuck this guy."
Yeah,
You know what, Gil? In a way, because it was the Bears, I think Caleb knew he could get away with it because it was the Bears. If it was another team
Yeah.
picking one, I don't
It
think he
wasn't
could have got
him.
away
It
with
was
that.
Andrew. It wasn't him. It was his agent. His agent
Oh,
still
okay,
had
okay.
push.
His agent
Is the one that fucking did
Yeah.
that shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's being stupid. Okay. So those are our quarterback picks. Obviously, we had Marvin Harrison's kid drafted. I can't remember his first name for what it, because someone help me.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
Marvin Harrison Jr. Thank you. We had Romeo taken. We had Brock Bowers taken by the Raiders, which made no sense to me as well because they already have a tight end, but they go and draft Brock Bowers. But let's go to Barbosa's pick. I'm gonna say this name wrong, so help me out here. Latu. I think that's his name.
Leitua Latu. Leitua Latu.
Thank you. Edge rusher out of UCLA. Barbosa, are you happy with this pick?
Very happy with that pick. We needed
Okay.
a pass rusher. I think that's one of the things we were missing on defense was a pass rusher, and I am very, very excited about this pick. Can't
All
wait to see him
right.
in action.
See how
Very,
happy
very
he is.
excited.
Jose,
Very
you
high
can't-
on-
You can't be mad at how happy he is with this
Nope.
team. Huh?
Very high. Hey,
Um,
over
yes.
under 9.5 sacks.
Well,
Buddy.
I think he's that good.
But
Okay,
He's gonna get what? 9.5 sacks.
that's what he said.
But you're just like Kelsey last year was gonna get 100 receiving yards, and the Colts were gonna win 11 games, bro. Please, bro, you still owe me $20 from freaking last season, and
Me
Breeze.
too. Me too.
Please, bro. Anyways, bro. Come
Okay,
on.
Barbosa, you're high on him. That's great. Awesome.
Will Anderson last year from the Texans was defensive rookie of the year. He didn't even get 10 sacks.
Well,
And
this
you're
is
telling
true.
me, and you're telling me this guy's gonna get 10, bro, please. And he's not even
Hey.
the defensive rookie of the year that's favored to win anyway. So please, anyways. Okay, bro,
Okay.
why are we talking about the Colts? Fuck the Colts, man. They're shit.
All right,
Anyway.
let's get to the Packers. Gil, Jordan Morgan out of Arizona, offensive tackle, obviously to replace the retired Bakhtiari. What do you think of this pick?
Yeah, not bad. He's a big boy. To be honest with you, I like that pick, but I even love better their second round pick, which was Javon Bullard from Georgia Bulldogs,
Mm-hmm.
a defensive back. So I think he's gonna do more for the team than Morgan, but Morgan was still a good pick. I feel that we got a steal on Bullard from the Georgia Bulldogs, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Nobody picked them, but the Packers actually traded to get 2-round picks in the second round,
Mm-hmm.
which I think they picked on, what was it? I think 13th, they picked Cooper, which
Mhm.
I think Bullard was still better than Cooper, so I don't know what they were thinking, but I think the Packers, they went defensively at the end of the day. They have their weapons offensively.
Yes.
They're riding Love. They're riding Reed. They're riding Watson. They're all offensive cores, all young. So they
Yeah.
drafted defense, which I always told you guys I don't like their defense. So they drafted defense. So I think the Packers will be okay.
Now let's get to the 49ers. Jose, I'm going to go on a short rant here. The 49ers last year, and you guys should all agree with this, their main problem was offensive line. There were way too many guys getting free runs at Brock Purdy, especially in the Super Bowl, which led to us losing the game. There were multiple plays where there was a free runner because of a missed assignment. We have Trent Williams. The rest of our offensive line is nothing to write home about. So I thought in the first round, 100% for sure, we'll draft a tackle. But nope, we have a brilliant GM and a brilliant coach that decides, let's get another receiver because Brandon Ayuk might leave the team. Ricky Purcell has done absolutely nothing for the 49ers since coming in. He's been hurt, and so we don't know what he is. But why they didn't draft an offensive tackle when their main problem is offensive tackle, I will never understand. Jose, what are your thoughts?
I already told you what I thought about that. They drafted a wide receiver. They were planning on losing or the Debo or trade Debo or trade Ayuk. That was the whole plan.
But why draft two wide receivers? Because later on in the draft, they picked another receiver. It doesn't make any sense.
But that's like sixth round, seventh round. You just hoping that those guys are gonna hit like Brock Purdy or something like that in the seventh last pick of.
Sure.
You never know if those guys are gonna make the team or not.
Yeah.
But they drafted the wide receiver based on them when losing Debo or Ayuk, and at the end of the year, they're gonna have to trade Debo or Ayuk because they're not gonna have money to pay if Brock Purdy if they're gonna keep Brock Purdy.
Correct.
So one of them's got to leave.
Purdy's got one more year at $1 million, by the way. So just so people know,
if it's gonna be Debo or it's gonna be Ayuk, that's gonna be gone at the end of the season. One or the other.
Or Kittle, or
Kittle, or whatever.
Whoever's getting.
You know what I mean? Like,
really.
so they gotta. So that's why they ended up drafting. They ended up drafting the offensive line in this, I believe it was the third round. Right. So it's not like they're not a big.
Yeah, they got Dominic Puny, I think. Yeah.
If you check the stats, the Niners were in the top 5 in all offensive categories last year. Running defense, running offense, passing offense. It's not like Brock Purdy got sacked a lot of times,
right?
Either.
Right.
So the offensive line is not that bad if they stay healthy. That's the problem. If they stay healthy, if they don't stay healthy, then they're going to be in trouble. Yeah, because their backups are not as strong as their starters. That's 100%.
Yeah,
but I think their offensive line is fine. They just need to re-sign or restructure Trent Williams' contract, and they'll be fine.
Yes.
And
yeah. Okay, so that's our review of the draft. Is there any other
hold on.
Are there any other players, Gil, that you wanted to? Yeah, go ahead.
Hold on. I want to touch this subject.
Okay.
So I agree with Jose. So they got Ricky Purcell based off is Ayuk could sign, is Debo going to get traded. So I actually agree with the Niners picking that wide receiver because they didn't know what was going on. Right? So they're covering themselves and 100%. But then why do you? Because what the Niners wanted, which they ended up getting anyways, was Bernardo Green from Florida State.
Right.
Because that was actually the Niners' projection to draft first round.
Right. Correct.
So they actually got lucky.
Yes.
Because they drafted Purcell first round and they still got Bernardo Green in the second round.
Right.
So they still got what they wanted.
Yeah.
Right? Because Bernardo Green's
because they had a top 5 in the second round. That's why they ended up getting. Or else because they made a trade. They made a trade with the Patriots or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's why.
No, Jose. So they still drafted the same, just that the rounds were different. Right. What they were gonna do was get Green in the first round, and they were gonna get Purcell in the second round. But because Ayuk's situation, Samuel's situation, they actually reversed the script.
Yeah.
Right. So they at the end of the day, the Niners at the draft, first or second round, they still got what they wanted. But technically, their plan was vice versa. They were actually going to get Green first and Purcell second. And it went the other way because of Ayuk. But Ayuk obviously signed, what was it, $120 million?
He got 4 years, 120. Yes.
120, right? So, okay, so whatever.
Which is a good deal. But, I mean, it's fine.
But now it's up to Purdy and to do their thing, right? At the end of the day. Because
so you wouldn't have gone tackle either, Gil. Like, I'm just surprised because outside of Williams, this offensive line is not good. I just don't like this offensive line at all.
Listen, I'm just talking about what the Niners were projected to do.
Yeah.
And the Niners were projected to actually pick Green first.
Yeah.
Which they still got in the second round, which was weird.
Yeah.
But good for them. But the only reason they flipped the script because Green was their first pick, not Purcell.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
They only did that, and I agree with Jose. They only did that because their wide receiver situation was up in the air.
Yeah.
So they changed the draft pick. How you still got Green, I don't know. I'm surprised Green wasn't taken after, but because he's great for Florida State. He played amazing, great defensive back.
Yeah.
And I'm very surprised he was still there. I'm
Yeah.
be honest.
Well,
So it was a great pick.
in that respect, yes, because next year we know for sure Dre Greenlaw will not be here next year. We know that he's going to be gone. We know Huafonga is very unlikely to be here next year because of the contracts they're going to demand the offseason. So the 49ers as currently constructed will only be this good for this season. Even though Brock Purdy's on $1 million next year as well, they all have, after Ayuk signing, they have no cap space next year. So Greenlaw and Huafonga will 100% be gone next year, along with a few other players that are on one-year deals that they signed to bring in, like Leonard Floyd and some other guys on the team. So this is the best that the 49ers are going to be forever, because next year those guys are gone. Greenlaw's already out. He's not going to. Greenlaw and Huafonga are not playing till week 2 or 3. So this is it for the 49ers. They got to win this year, or they're going to be a different team. So, but we'll get into our picks on the next episode of the Resport, which is coming up. This ends our draft portion of the show. This is very fiery and very fun. So I'd like to thank Gil and Jose. Barbosa, we're going to talk about your Colts soon. Don't worry. Then you and Jose can get into it, okay? So, and Gil's Packers, who are the youngest team ever to make the playoffs and are only going to get better, in my opinion. Gil, I don't know how your team does it. Maybe it's because the fans own it, but they find a quarterback every single time. It doesn't matter. Like, I don't know how they do it. They get a quarterback every decade.
Yeah, well, I was stunned as much as you are. Like, Love fit in. He's doing his thing. I was iffy, and I was clear. I was clear with that last year. I'm like, I don't know. It's a 50-50, and it's going the other way once again. So that's great. I'm happy to hear that.
And they paid him, so you don't have to worry about that. They paid him,
and they paid him, yeah.
So that's good. But we're gonna get into our picks. I'm sure this is one of the most wide open years, unless you like Kansas City. It's pretty wide open for who can win this year. So I'm curious on everyone's picks. So we'll get into that. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back on the Reach Report. Guys, stay on and we'll be right back.